Hey, thanks for the question. So I'm going to try to respond to this as detailed as I can. Uh, anyway, retiring on $1 million might not be sufficient in North America due to several key factors. The very first one is inflation. It erodes purchasing power. The cost of goods and services increases over time due to inflation, right? Inflation averages, well, before COVID, 3% annually. $1 million today will be worth significantly less 20 to 30 years from now. So retirees often underestimate how much inflation can erode their savings and they don't plan for this. The second thing is increased longevity, right? With advances in healthcare, people are living longer, and retirement fund of $1 million it might need to last 30 plus years, right? So, especially if someone retires in their 60s, spreading $1 million over 3 decades equates to about $33,000 per year before taxes, which may not be enough to sustain a comfortable lifestyle, especially if you have a much more elevated lifestyle right now when you're working. The third thing is rising healthcare costs. Healthcare is one of the largest expenses for retirees, and costs are rising faster than inflation. Out of pocket expenses, long term care, and unexpected medical emergencies can quickly deplete your retirement savings fast, fast, fast. Now, the fourth item, low returns on investment. In retirement, individuals often shift to more conservative investment because they're not working, which is um, anyway, you get the point. So they go to investments such as bonds, that yield lower returns and is generally safer. So if the investment growth doesn't outpace inflation, the purchasing power of the savings diminishes. So that's another issue. Number five, cost of living variances. The cost of living in North America varies significantly by location. So take for instance, I live in Houston. So different parts of Houston, different costs of living, the same city, right? Talk less of going from New York to California or major Canadian cities in Canada. $1 million won't go far when factoring in housing, taxes, and daily expenses. Number six, lack of social security or pension supplements. Many retirees rely on social security or pensions to supplement their savings, but this may not be sufficient or guaranteed, right? We don't know what's going to happen to social security just a few years from now, so who knows? For those who have little or no additional income streams, $1 million might not cover their needs. Number seven, unforeseen expenses, right? Life is unpredictable. Major expenses such as family emergencies, home repairs, or market downturns can create significant financial strain on fixed savings amount. I don't even have to go very far. Just look 4 years ago during COVID, what happened? Number eight, taxes on retirement income, withdrawals from retirement income. Like if you're going to withdraw from like your 401k, right, or in Canada RRSP, they are typically taxed at ordinary income rates. This reduces the net amount available to spend. Now, the nine item is a desire for lifestyle maintenance, right? Many retirees aim to maintain the same lifestyle that they had while they were working, right? And you want to travel, you want to enhance your hobbies, other discretionary expenses. All of a sudden, your grandpa, grandma, and their grandkids are looking up to you for gifts and stuff like that. So it depletes into your savings very fast. Number 10, no legacy planning. So for those who want to leave an inheritance or support dependents after they're gone, $1 million might not allow them to achieve those goals. while also uh, at the same time covering their retirement expenses. So, real world perspective, a general rule of thumb is a 4% rule, which suggests withdrawing 4% of your savings annually to avoid running out of money. So for $1 million invested, this means around 40,000 per year. Many parts of North America, this amount may barely cover basic needs, let alone discretionary spending or emergencies. So while 1 million may seem like a large amount, the realities of inflation, longevity, rising costs, and taxes and uh, yeah, it just won't cut it. Now, I'll show you the concept of the X curve. Just 1 second. Let me flip my camera. Okay, so if you're familiar with the concept of the X curve, right? So uh, this right here represents decreasing responsibility, right? You see, this curve it represents decreasing responsibility over time. So typically, when you're younger, you have mortgage, you have uh, your kids to take care of, you have your other bills that are responsible to keep you and your life comfortable, right? So they all stack up on this side. The expectation is that if you've thought and planned about this thing, by the time you get to retirement age, right? By the time you get to retirement age, most of this responsibility would have gone down. So your mortgage hopefully would have been paid off. All the major your kids are grown and out of the house. All the major bills that stack up right here will be gone. And this side, if you've thought and planned for it, you've established enough equity on your retirement savings, you've grown it. So that's the concept of the S curve. So you're younger, you typically don't have any money. As you grow older, you build wealth, right? If you think and plan about it. Now, but most of us, we actually avoid all of this, right? Some of us, we get the realization very close to retirement before we start thinking about how to save money. And at the end of the day, you can end up with maybe 500,000 or $1 million, and we think it's a lot of money, but in reality, it is not. But anyway, I hope this helps. Um, Sorry, it's a long answer to a short question, but uh, $1 million might not be sufficient. That's all the point I'm trying to make.